Hey guys, this is Alonzo, and today I'd like to talk about stress and how stress can negatively impact your body's ability to lose and gain weight. So when we first are going to address stress, we need to address the adrenal glands, since the adrenal glands are the main facilitators of your body's stress hormone. The second is the thyroid, since the thyroid is the main mediator of your metabolism. The thyroid and the adrenal glands work off each other, so it's important to combine the two when you're addressing issues that deal with stress and losing weight and gaining weight. It's pretty common these days that most people are suffering from some sort of stress on a great level, meaning they're way stressed out and they are not doing the proper things to keep their stress hormones from taking over and doing something beneficial and going into the negative. So a couple situations that are pretty common today is that, one, people don't get enough sleep. There's a lot of different reasons for this, but when you don't sleep properly, your body is going to be in a state of unrest, obviously, and typically you're going to be secreting hormones that are going to keep you up and going, and those hormones are directly related to the stress response. So an over-exaggerated stress response will lead into poor sleep, and since you do all your psychological and physical recovery when you're sleeping at night, and if you're not getting enough of that, that can easily lead into problems with secreting the proper amounts of hormones at what time and how your body's going to actually recover and respond to the stresses that it has to deal with. Typically, people want to exercise to deal with their stress, which is a good, healthy way to deal with stress, but it depends on what type of exercise program that individual's on, and that's going to dictate how their body's actually going to be responding. So if you have someone that's under a severe amount of stress during the day, they're not eating appropriately, and then they go and do a really hardcore workout, then since they're not sleeping properly at night already, their body's not going to recover well, so they're going to have a poor response to the exercise stress that they're working for to keep them to try to de-stress. And that may make them feel mentally better because of the catecholamine response from having an intense workout, but the body still has to deal with the stress hormones that don't cross the blood-brain barrier and stay in the visceral area. Some common symptoms that you're suffering from an adrenal and thyroid issue could be, one, you're not able to sleep appropriately. You kind of have a racy mind when you lie down in bed. You can't stop thinking about what you need to do the next day or what would happen during that day. The second would be you have muscle aches, lethargia, maybe muscle cramps. You don't respond well to exercise. You don't recover well. You get sick frequently. Those are just a few examples of what would be strongly classified as a potential adrenal and thyroid gland issue. That every person is an individual, so there's no simple answer for dealing with someone's thyroid and adrenal glands. The basic or the foundation that everyone should have that might think they're suffering from some type of thyroid or adrenal gland dysfunction is to establish a foundation. The first part of that foundation would be to eat properly. Find out how your metabolism actually works and get metabolically typed. Second is to make sure that you're dealing with your life stressors in the best way you can. And life is the way it is, and there's going to be times where you're just going to have to deal with more stress, and times when you don't have to deal with as much stress. But learning how to deal with the stress that you have to deal with, and maybe getting rid of extra stress that's not necessary, is a huge step into just maintaining your weight and really maintaining your health. The second one is to make sure that you're sleeping appropriately. This is very important. We do all our recovery when we're asleep, all our physical and mental recovery. So if you're not sleeping properly, then it really doesn't matter what you're doing and what fancy routine that you're on to try to lose weight and try to be healthy. If you're not sleeping, you're not going to make much of a difference anyways. So sleeping, eating appropriately, managing your stress, and getting enough exercise. Everyone needs to be doing some form of exercise on a daily basis, and it doesn't mean you have to go out and kill yourself every day. You just need to do something that's going to get the body moving, and most importantly, something that's going to make you feel good and optimally look good.